not that I'm a life coach, I just had to call myself that for something to call myself, that the more I let go of myself, and I would just leave myself at the door. I would just sit in my chair, let my clients start talking, and then just watch what came out. I would just watch what came out in response to them leading the way without having any need to see myself a certain way, to feel any way about myself. I was completely at their service. And that's when I found the most efficacy. That's when I found it had the most influence on their life, even on days where they would walk away and I'd be like, oh man, did I do anything there? And then like 2 weeks later, I'd see them. This has been the most intense 2 weeks of my life. I've been applying things here, there, and everywhere. And immediately the temptation is like, yeah, I did that, but you didn't. And that's the point. You didn't have to. All you had to do was be there because you were already the message. And I just wanted to segue into that quickly because I think it's important to remember that as you're starting coaching. I think it's important to remember that as branching into this new direction where it's very easy to doubt how much you actually do know. You're embodying it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely a relatable feeling with calls that I have with clients where I'm like, did I do anything? But you realize that like the purpose of it is to almost just be a facilitator. That's really it. Like, I like the way that you worded it where it's like the point of it is just to get them to think, get them to talk. And it's amazing what happens when people just start talking, what comes out. And you're there, you take your notes, you're like, okay, this is cool for the, the next session and whatnot. But it's definitely, I feel for some people and maybe even myself in the beginning of like, there's this very present, I feel like ego within it. And it's releasing the ego, like you said, so that you can actually do meaningful work. Because when the ego's there, it's just an ego trip.